Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Denzel. I know you guys have been dealing with injuries all season, but how difficult is it to handle an injury like the one to Odell yesterday, given what he's meant to the team this year?
Yeah, that's the big loss for the team, and I'm hoping, praying for a speedy recovery for him or whatever. It's bigger than football, so I just want him health wise to get right. Hope he's good mentally, and just whenever he's gets healthy, I know he's gonna get right back to it, get to work.
Denzel, I know it's the other side of the ball, but how impressed were you yesterday to see the way, guys like Bryant and Higgy and Donovan stepped up after losing a guy like Odell?
I mean, those guys are playmakers. We see those guys every day in practice, so we know those guys can play. Guys like Hollywood. So I mean, those guys make plays every day in practice, and so we know what they're capable of. And so I'm happy for those guys that they got to go out and showcase what they could do on the biggest stage.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Tom. Scott Petrick, you have our next question.
Hey, Denzel. From a defensive perspective, when a team loses a guy like Odell who can stretch the field and do all the things that he can do, how does that affect the rest of the offense? What are the Browns going to have to overcome without a guy like Odell?
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Stefanski is going to do a great job of getting the offense together. And but like you seen yesterday, we still got playmakers and guys that can make plays and go out there and play the game. Higgins, PeoplesJones, Jarvis, and all those guys. So all those guys can still play. I'm sure offense still going to be good.
Thanks.
Next up is Jeff Shadell.
Hey, Denzel, I'm going to turn this over in the direction of the defense. What do you think has to be done to for you guys to reduce the points allowed? It's been 30 points or more in 5 of 7 games.
Yeah, it's just been a lot of self-inflicted wounds for us. So we just got to just nail down on the details just in practice and then carry it over into the game.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll go to Tony Grossi.
Yeah, following up on that, Denzel, you guys do lead the league in takeaways, even though it seems like a lot of points. How would you characterize the good parts of this defense?
Yeah, that's it right there, takeaways. So we put an emphasis on takeaways, and takeaways leads to winning ball games. So it helps our offense, helps our team win. And even though we may struggle in some other categories like points in the game, we're able to get some takeaways. That's going to increase our chances of winning.
And you have the first defensive series, you made 3 big plays, and then you saved a touchdown later in the game. Would you characterize that as one of your best games without getting a pick six or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like I said, it was some good plays, but I'm just out here trying to do whatever I can to help this team win. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good plays. A lot of guys made a lot of good plays out there yesterday to help us lead us to victory.
Thanks, Tony. We'll go to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Denzel. What do you tell Terence Mitchell about that drop pick? He seemed like he was devastated on the field. And what have you guys talked about regarding that play?
We haven't talked specifically about it. I mean, I know he wish he has that back, but we got his back, and guys went out there and finished the game. Offense helped us out.
So I know you've obviously had success individually before, but does that game do something for you? I mean, with the way you were able to perform yesterday, do you think you can use that as a springboard to finish in the season really strong?
I feel I've been playing pretty well all season, so I don't think it was just last game. I mean, I do feel like I had a pretty good game last game, and definitely plan to build on top of that and take it one game at a time. And like I said, do what I can to help this team win.
Thanks, Nate. Back to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Denzel. Hey, what are you thinking on that Hail Mary, and kind of what's your role there in the back end?
Get the ball down. Don't let them catch it. So that's pretty much it. Just try to take away their playmakers and get a body on a body and do what we can to knock the ball down. Just a big old pile in the middle of the end zone, and we got to go get it.
When you see it kind of get deflected up in the air, does your heart stop for a second?
Definitely. Once you see it hits the ground, all it eases away.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott. Mary Kay Cabot, you have our next question.
Yeah, Denzel, just wondering, whenever we talked to the coaches throughout the season about Odell, they talked a lot about how he was, keeping things really energetic in practice and kind of keeping the mood light. So I'm just wondering, in addition to helping you guys get better every day in practice, how was he handling that from a just sort of an inspirational standpoint and mood standpoint for all you guys this year?
Yeah, definitely. He's a fun guy to be around, a guy that likes to have fun in practice and talking to everybody. So we're definitely going to miss that from him, and just hope praying for a speedy recovery for him.
Okay, thank you.
Jeff Shadell, you're up.
Hey, Denzel, I'm going to ask again about is there a correlation between all the takeaways and points allowed? Like, are you guys gambling, and when it doesn't work, they're scoring on you, or can you keep these takeaways and still play much better as far as allowing points?
No, I don't think we're gambling. Like I said, it's a lot of self-inflicted wounds, just things technique-wise, some mental errors out there on the field. But I mean, guys are doing their assignments. They're attacking the ball, and that's what the coaches are emphasizing: just attack the ball, do what we can to get the ball for our offense.
PJ Ziegler has our next question.
Hey, Denzel, can you pinpoint why you guys seem to struggle when it comes to opponents throwing the football against you guys? You seem to give up a lot of yards in that aspect of the game. What is it that they're seeing or that they're doing that gives you guys maybe fits or having trouble slowing that down or stopping that?
I mean, we 5-2, so whether they threw for 1,000 yards, I mean, we're winning some games. So I mean, we got to tighten down on some things as on the defensive side and offensive side of a team aspect, but we got to go out there and do our job, and everything else will take care of itself.
Thank you.
Next up is Tony Grossi.
Could you tell us something about Donovan PeoplesJones? What's it like covering him? His size is obvious, but he looks like deceptively fast. Is he the fastest guy out there other than Odell?
He could definitely run. He's definitely one of the faster guys on the team. Like you said, he's a physical receiver. He's big. He's good at getting in and out his routes. And he made a great play yesterday. Helped us win the game. Won the game for us, actually.
Thanks, Tony. Scott Petrick, you're up.
Hey, Denzel, you mentioned 5-2. Do you find yourself thinking about the playoffs?
No, I think personally, just trying to take it a game at a time and see where we're at the end of the year.
And when we talked to you last week, you had complete confidence that Baker would bounce back from that Pittsburgh game, and obviously he did. How impressed were you watching him yesterday, and kind of what are you thinking as he's leading that winning drive?
Yeah, very impressed. I mean, he showed out yesterday, made all the throws, got the balls to the receivers, and he's played confident, poised, and expect to see that the whole season.